Alright, my friends, so in today's character editor part right here, we will finish the data store, hopefully. I have less time left, but yeah, let's go. The fuck? Yeah. Okay, we have left off with the saving function. Exactly, yeah. So we have to save now. So all we need in order to save is that we need the name of the player who we are gonna save the data of. So add player as an argument right here. And what we need to do now is that we have to check if this player has any data inside of that data store folder right here. So remember, this data store folder holds every data, or the data of every player within that server, okay? So if there is a table with the name of our player right here, then we would like to save this. So set async, and the key is going to be the user ID of our player, whose data we are going to save. And the second argument is going to be the data you want to save, and that's going to be this table right here. Okay, this is basically it for a saving function. At least I hope so. So save player and save player as well. Now why is this orange? Unknown global save. I have to put this up here. Okay. Now we need to create a bunch of other stuff to test this out. So we need to create a bunch of bindable functions right here. The first one is going to be change. This one is going to be save. Okay. And we also need a remote event. Not remote function, remote event, to be able to get the data from the client. Okay, so if we need the data on the client for to check if something's valid or not, then we need a remote event which allows us to fire client the data to our player once requested, of course. Now we need these bindable functions right here to be able to save and to change the data, okay, because as of now this is a closed system. Okay, so script save on invoke function, and yeah, so player, wait, script change on invoke. I'm gonna be explaining this in a bit, no worry. Okay, there we go. We also need another one called get. Script get on invoke function player. If this data exists, then return it. Okay, so we have just defined three. Why doesn't this repeat return? So what we've just done is that we have created three bindable functions, and for each function we have created a different event, let's say. Okay, so these functions can be invoked. Once they're invoked, you can basically just create an event which runs some code once these things have been invoked. So if the save one has been invoked, means triggered whatsoever, then we are gonna use the save function, which is going to check if the player's data exists. If it exists, then we are going to save. So we are going to set the data right here to this key, okay? And everyone who has this key can access to that data later on while loading it. That's basically what we're doing up here. Now, if the change function is invoked, then we are checking if the data exists. If it does exist, then we are referring to the data, and then we are referring to something called what. Okay, so what has to be passed while invoking this change function right here, and what is going to be the name of the value you want to change, and how is going to be the value you want to overwrite this value with. Okay, That is basically what happens right here. Now, what we have is get as the next one. And once this is invoked, it will check if the data exists. If it exists, then it is going to return, yeah, the data, okay? Now, I have no time to test this out. I'm going to be doing this in the next clip, so... the next clip you're going to see is going to be a few hours ahead. See ya. Okay, so here we go, a few hours later. And we will now try to test out all of these things we have just created a few hours earlier. So, first thing which we have to do is that we have to wait. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, okay. So we need to create another script right here, just for testing purposes. And we have to do a bunch of stuff in here. So the first thing is that we're gonna print out the data of someone who has just joined. So script parent, so time to rename this to data store. Okay, script parent, data store. What was it? Get, yeah, get invoke with player. Now with chain, with player, right? With player. Okay, so what happens when we play this now? So it should print out our data. As you can see, we have no data. Although, wait. That's the reason why we have to test this out always, because as you can see, it did not work. Okay. Doesn't seem to work. Yeah. Because it didn't find the data in here. So print data store, what happens now? Okay, this table is empty. Alright, so if get data, then it, else default data. Yeah, but got data. So there's a problem with this thing right here. Have not received data. Let's see what happens in here. Have not received data. Okay. Why is this table empty then? Ah, probably because of this. That's the reason why. There we go. Okay. Nah, it does work. It does work. I have to correct myself. It does work. So the problem was that we were trying to access the data too fast, so that I wasn't able to load properly. So we tried to access our data store right here before it has even loaded, okay? And that's the reason why this happens. Yeah, now let's try this out. So what we have to do now, so what happens right here basically is that we are referring to script, parent, data store, and then to this get bindable function, and then we're going to invoke it. So invoking, as I've already told you, triggers this instance right here. And we have added this player's argument in here, which is required, as you can see in here. Okay, what happens is this code when you invoke this get instance right here. Now the next instance which we want to invoke is the change instance. And if we take a look at the arguments we need, the first one is the player. Second one is what, which is going to be hair. And the third one is going to be the value we want to change this hair to, which is going to be Luffy hair. So just for testing purposes. And then we would like to print this out again and see if it has changed. Yeah, it has changed successfully. Okay, hair 1 and Luffy hair. And now to be very sure that this data still works is to stop this and then to play again, and then to have Luffy here as the hair in here, so in this first print, which is not the case. Okay. But why? Why isn't that the case? Now it works. I knew that it would work now because we had the same issue on the JoJo tutorial. So didn't work for the first time, but after that, it works. And I don't know, I do not know why. But it seems to work now. Wait, let me try to change it to Sanji here. Let's see what happens then. Does it change? It changes right here. Now we have to stop and play again and then see if our hair has changed to Sanji here. Did it change? Come on, did it change? It did not. Still Sanji here right here. But now, has it changed now? And now it has changed. Maybe we should do it like this, look, so once something changes, we're gonna save the data. Okay, so we obviously need to change this to something else, so I don't know, man. Shanks here, maybe. Okay, Sanji here, Shanks here, stop. Okay, play. And there we go. Now it has saved. That being said, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share this video to all your friends, and leave feedback in the comment section, guys. Take care and see ya.